Nam and hello. I am Epiphany Speaks, divining presence for your soul's prosperity. Welcome to my channel. I am going to be offering a full-length oracle reading for all 12 zodiac signs for the year of 2026. Thank you for being here with me today. So I just want to share a little bit about the decks that we're going to get into that I feel called. I feel like it's a lot, but I'm just going to take this one by one, and I'm just going to take this sign by sign. And it's the only one I'm doing like this for the year. So yeah, let's just get into it. It's a really important, magnanimous year. We are back to one. I heard somebody say, actually it was Rosalila Healing was like, it's year 0. Cause like, can we like get back to like a 0 point with everything? I actually didn't listen to the message, but I recall that. It makes sense that you know, sometimes it's good to get back to like a ground level, not I don't even think what to do with ground zero. That's a terrible, tragic event. It's all connected, isn't it? There's so much to talk about. So I really want to share some inspiration with these winter holiday months before I get into some more serious discussion. That's what's going on. I know you think it's like, oh, she's doing color astrology. It's so cute. But color therapy is actually really has benefited my life in many ways. So it's part of my work where it's like all tied together. But if you think I'm just like doing cute things, like think again. Like I'm cute and serious, okay? So we have the Isis Oracle has messages she wanted to share with you. And she was like, I was like trying to divine which decks were like, okay, because I have a lot of oracle decks that I'm gonna get into all of them eventually. But I was like, who is in Isis? Was like, hello, duh. I'm top shelf. She's on the top shelf. I usually actually sometimes work with the travel deck, so it took me a minute I was like, oh yeah, Isis. So Isis is goddess Isis, not the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. But Isis goddess, the original Isis goddess, is somewhat one of my guardians, and I can't share much more about it. But she was actually, okay, so she was there for my Reiki Reiju. I think it was was it Reiju number 2? I don't exactly remember. It must have been Reiki because I'm Reiki 2 certified. Reiki 2 plus. And Isis came during my Reiju to give me some very important messages, and I don't know if Isis has shown up in your Reiju. She didn't show up for anybody else that day. And these are real, like, nobody's going to lie about that. These are my impeccable brothers, Mansion of the Heart. Satevir and Jagat Paul. Awesome bros. Okay, the soul brothers. Those are my Reiki brothers who brought me in. Satevir and Jagat Paul sing. So anyways, Because I had actually like a healer who I shared this information with about Isis coming and giving messages like, oh, well, that's what they said. I was like, why did she say that to me? And she's like a high level healer. She's like, that's what they said. Like, oh, okay. Like Isis wouldn't come to me. Like, do you see? Like, I know. Anyways. Like, you can just quote Cardi B. You might be doing that one a lot. So Isis has messages for you. And we're going to choose a goddess for each zodiac sign. So you'll have like a goddess guardian that you're working with. We're going to do some sacred geometry activation. And this is a new oracle. It's the Wild Unknown Archetypes. Oh, I should be saying people's names, but we're just all just getting along, okay? Just like, you know if it's yours. Anyways, we are anchoring off the Citadel Oracle that I already did a reading for over, it was Halloween. So if you want to go back and check out that video, you're more than welcome. But basically, what I divined in that message will be the start of where we're anchoring from for the 12 zodiac signs. Like Aries is the catalyst. And so Aries will get this full kind of synopsis of what's going on. Heads up, I'm an Aries in Vedic astrology. Okay, and then we have the Blind Spot Oracle. Blind Spot Oracle. We have Buddhism reading cards. Give you some really insightful knowledge, wisdom, more easygoing type of. And then we have the hand mudra. So I'm going to also give you a hand mudra for the year that you can work with and see if that assists in your endeavors, your trajectory, your resolve. I noticed a few years ago, like I'm not into doing New Year's resolutions, not really. But I did want to make sure somewhere along the way. So the word resolution comes from the word resolve. So somewhere along the way I was like, let me just make sure I'm resolved about the way the year has gone. And I can just, instead of doing things maybe the other way of something you want to start, like, if you could just be resolved and okay and accepting with the way things have been. I think that's really important for not just me, a lot of people. We're so influenced to add more and to keep, we all want more, but that's just a type of spell that's been put onto our psyche. For probably to an influence lack consciousness, like you don't have enough. It's like, so it just came to me that I don't need to add anything more. Like the basic, your basic truest self is enough. If you just get rid of all of the like the toxic patterning, or allowing people to put their toxic patterning on you, like, so yeah, it's like it's you are enough without all that extra karma that the world tries to put on you. I wasn't trying to really get into my personal mottos. I have things to say here and there, but I really just like to get into the divining. Wow, it's 17 minutes in, Jamila. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I like it to go fast, but it's probably not. All right, so let's start, shall we? I have the cups. I have the 2 cups, but they seem kind of loud when I was listening to it. When I used it last, I heard it back, and the playback is like, oh, that sounds kind of loud. Okay. Right into the blind spot first, I'd say. And that could be a long reading. All right, this is kind of a lot. Okay, so Aries. You are the catalyst right now. I mean, you're kind of always kind of the catalyst. You're the first sign of the zodiac. You start the fire. This is all fire. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is all fire. This is all magic. This is all life force. And they say that life force energy is very much connected to that fire and that divine spark of passion for life. So, you know, you would think a lot's riding on you, Aries, because you're the fucking catalyst. But you're the catalyst. That means you like initiate things and events, ideas. You don't necessarily have to see them through. That's a different sign. But no, Aries does definitely follow through. They're the catalyst in following through as well. So yeah. You have, okay, so I'm not going to go back and read the whole thing. Just know that if you want to hear the reading, you can go back to the All Hallows Eve reading. It says, the catalyst, radical changes, taking control. If you want something to happen, you have to do it yourself, Aries. Let's just leave you right there. Maybe, or in the middle. We'll do in the middle. Something like that. Okay. So Aries, we've got the blind spot. This is an oracle deck by Teal Swan. And I mentioned in one of my last videos that she doesn't label herself an oracle, but she's certainly an oracle. And she has her own oracle decks. You know, like, I gotta, anyways. When I figure out a better setup, you'll see that, okay? For now, you'll see the imperfections. Because I ain't trying to be perfect anyways. Okay, so Aries. Aries. What blind spots is Aries working on this year? I mean, sometimes it takes a year to figure things out, to work things out. Sometimes it takes lifetimes. Sometimes it takes seconds. Time is a weird yet, well, yeah, it's definitely paradoxical. And it's also, I don't know if it's necessary. It's necessary, I guess, if you want things to work a certain way. I love living in a timeless space, though, I tell you. Oh, Aries, did you get two? You have two blind spots, Aries. I don't know. I don't usually take two cards. And I'm trying to keep it short and sweet, Aries. Like, Aries. Trying to take up my time, Aries. Okay, let's just see. And I'll be the judge. I'll be the diviner to see if one is in more alignment or okay. That is good. That's an interesting blind spot for Aries to have. Oh. I think these are really good for Aries. Look, I only recently known that I'm Aries, so I'm glad that I got to learn myself as a Taurus first. Okay, so we have number 48. 48. Let's see if you can. It's got some really interesting artwork, like sigil art. 48 is scarcity, which I've seen Aries do this, which is, I'll be honest, it's kind of weird because, I don't know, just the Aries that I've come across in life, it's like, you're so abundant. What are you scarcing about? Okay. 48, scarcity. If you have drawn this sigil, you're falling into scarcity thinking, and it is causing you to think, speak, and act in ways that do not benefit you or other people. It may cause you to make choices that are not the right ones to make. We are apt to jump on the first offer we get when we are desperate to sell. We take jobs we hate when we need to pay the bills. If we were raised poor, we tend to either hoard our money. I'm breaking through that. Coughing through the coffin that up. Cough it up, Aries. Cough up the cash. Or cough up the lie you're telling yourself about scarcity. Like, cough that out. Get rid of that shit. Because you know it's not true. You're the G, Aries. I'm like, the way I witness Aries. Actually, to be honest, I haven't witnessed much feminine Aries. Most likely now that I know, because I'm a feminine Aries. Women be in competition. Not me, but a lot of people are in competition vibes. So, what was I saying about Aries? Okay. The void of her pain when you really need it. I don't remember. I'm sorry, Aries. I have a lot of things going on in my head. And then my messaging is in Pisces. I'm sorry. It's watery, and it can flow this way and that way. So bear with me. If you were raised poor, we tend to either hoard our money so as to avoid ever being without it when we really need it, or we never save our money for the long run because we feel our money will vanish or be taken away if we don't immediately spend it on something we want. We tend to believe that the perceived value of something is higher and of better quality when we think it is rare or difficult to acquire. We assume that someone is a better catch when they are taken. We also take people who are a bad catch when we assume that there is a scarcity of good catches out there. If we are desperate for money, we may act totally out of alignment with our integrity and commit a crime in order to get money. Like, politics. If you have drawn the sigil, look at the things you are thinking and saying and doing when you perceive there to be scarcity. If you have drawn the sigil, do anything you can to move into a perception of abundance instead of scarcity. This could mean move into a mentality of abundance in general in your life, or it could mean move into abundance mentally relative to the specific situation at hand. What would you think, say, and do if you knew that there were plenty of fish in the sea? The reality is that your perception of scarcity is making you susceptible to manipulation. It is leading you closer and closer to a mistake. It is making you more and more of a match to scarcity and lack of abundance. In order to get closer to your core truth in the current situation, it may help to ask yourself, what would I do in this situation if I had all the money in the world? Even though this may not be your current reality, it's showing you the choice your heart wants to make. The choice that if you could just figure out how to make it happen is right for you personally. If you have drawn this sigil, you have all kinds of perceptions, beliefs, information, valid feelings, and valid experiences that are telling you that scarcity is the reality. But what you do not see is that even if they are valid, your perceptions, beliefs, informations, feelings, and experiences are not currently an accurate reflection of actual reality. So good. Aries, thank you. We needed that reminder. So another thing about my readings, which I got from an amazing reader named Aquarian Insight, she gave me the idea of, so these readings are for the specific zodiac signs and from. So this is also a message from Aries to everybody. So that was a really great message, Aries. We all need to be reminded. And so Aries is catalyzing these messages for everyone as well. So next card we have is 60. Really cool sigil. I'll probably be putting them up on the screen. Okay, so this next card is superiority. If you have drawn this sigil, you have fallen into the ego trap of superiority. Your ego's desire to see itself as better and more of something is clouding your awareness. Judgment and capacity to achieve what you really want is in this scenario. The ego is preoccupied with comparison thinking. The ego is, after all, a self-concept, so it seeks to differentiate itself from others. We have learned to be less than others in any way is bad. We have learned it leads to things that threaten not only our self-esteem, but also our well-being and ability to get what we desire. It makes our self-concept negative and makes us feel prevented from what we want. For example, if a woman wants to have a relationship with a man and she perceives herself to be less attractive than another woman in the room, she will not feel equal to that other woman. Her self-concept relative to her attractiveness will decrease negatively, and she will perceive herself to be prevented from what she wants. The amount of pain this kind of experience creates makes it obvious why we then begin to fight for equality and even more than that, superiority. The human ego cannot handle perceiving itself to be less than. It is a threat. It begins a very subconscious mission to try to gain equality, and more than that, to become better than the person it currently feels inferior to. You will find any way you can to knock them off that pedestal or try to get on a bigger pedestal yourself. There's nothing inherently wrong with comparison thinking. For example, when it is part of a healthy competition, it can even fuel us to do our best. But if we are using it as a tool that hurts ourselves or others, we need to let go of it. People did not come here to be compared to other people. If this were the point of life, God or Source would have just made clones of the best possible person. We came here to be unique expressions of Source consciousness, and by comparing yourself to others, you're disallowing your own uniqueness. We are disallowing ourselves from seeing that we are all superior to each other in certain ways and inferior to each other in certain ways. Michelangelo once said, "Every block of stone has a statue inside it, and it is the task of the sculptor to discover it." People's contribution, purpose, and value to this world is entirely unique. So let it be. So let it be. If you have drawn this sigil, you will also benefit by spending some time accepting in the energy of sigil 20 as well as this one, and coming to understand its message as well. Shall we peek at sigil 20? I'm just gonna peek at it for you. Maybe I'll put it in an extended reading. So let's read that again and I'll tell you what number 20 is. If you have drawn this sigil, you will also benefit by spending time accepting in the energy of sigil 20 as well as this one, and coming to understand its message as well. So sigil 20 is, you don't know, but you think you know. So good. I love learning about myself too. The thing we are most concerned with when it comes to equality is value. We want to be valued equally or more than other people. In this physical dimension, however, this is impossible. It is impossible because value is determined by needs, perspective, and preferences. For example, in a time of war, a diamond or ruby has no value whatsoever. A bottle of alcohol, on the other hand, has tons of value. If a woman wants to be financially taken care of, and a rich man and the most emotionally available man in the world walk through the door, the woman will value the rich man. An employee's needs will not be treated as equal to the needs of a CEO because a company can afford to lose and replace a worker. They cannot often afford to lose and replace a CEO. We want our perspective to matter as much as anyone else's in any given circumstance, but it doesn't. If someone meditated on a mountain for 20 years, your opinion about meditation would not matter as much as theirs. It would be inferior in that moment. If you have drawn this sigil, you are being called to really see how you are in a fight to be valued by demanding that you are more and better than someone else in some way. This suggests that you have an insecurity lurking within you. What is it? Even if you are more of someone, even if you are more of someone else in some way, for example, even if you are a better athlete or know more about something than someone else does, your superiority in this scenario is doing damage and preventing you from what you desire. Something you are thinking, saying, or doing is making people feel less than, which makes them perceive you as a threat. If you have drawn this sigil, you are being called to love. To love is to take something as part of yourself. I'm so glad that this message is here because this is one of her big messages that I love. How she defines love is to take something as part of yourself. For example, If whites took blacks to be part of themselves instead of believing themselves to be superior, whites could not have enslaved them without feeling the negative impact of doing so themselves. Slavery. Do not have a problem talking about this because this is very prevalent still today. How people be with their superior complex and like, you're just a citizen like everyone else. Okay, slavery would not have happened. When we love something, we root for that thing to get what it wants instead of preventing it from getting what it wants. We cease to be against it. You are also being called to question everything and consider every perspective in this situation so as to become aware of everything and arrive at a higher truth. Stop focusing on yourself in terms of inferiority or superiority. Instead of thinking, speaking, and acting superior, which is fighting for a person to see themselves as inferior to you, redirect yourself and them towards recognizing their unique intrinsic value. She's good. She's good. I like the way she delivers the messages. I'm really good one-on-one and in conversation, and like, actually it even says it in my chart, one-on-one work is where it's at. So like this one-on-one is good. But I mean, I will admit that when I'm here kind of just talking in my own monologue, dialogue type of a way, like it's not as succinct. It's not as gathered because it's like this is why I have to also stick to the cards, because my focus can kind of be in a few different places. All right. Okay, so Isis. Those are some really great blind spots to point out. And Aries, do those blind spots resonate for what you're perhaps looking at this year? Let me know what you think. Love to hear your POV. Just go ahead and tap it out in the comments. But we have more to share, Aries. So Isis has a message for you, Aries. So I haven't worked with this one much, so I might not wait for a card to pop out. I might just intuitively. I'm like, what is happening? Okay, I'm gonna cut to your card. You got Ancient Power Mysteries. So, wow, okay. Do that. All right. Ancient Power Mysteries, Aries. So, hear the rattle of Isis playing. The rattle of Isis. The sistrum is playing in the hand of the goddess now. Can you sense it with your inner hearing? This vibration reaches through your crown chakra and enters your body, initiating you into great ancient power mysteries of sound, creativity, and healing. This is a time when words and music will become increasingly important on your spiritual path and healing journey. When the Lady Isis initiates a beloved into her ancient mysteries, life can become quite interesting. An initiate of Isis does not just learn new ideas as a student, but is thrown into the experience of the mysteries in a real day-to-day living so that they may be truly mastered in our lives and then utilized in service to help the lives of others too. So that one day all beings will be healed and whole according to the will of the divine feminine. The rattle of Isis initiates us into the mysteries of sound healing and creation through vibration. If we listen carefully with our inner ear, we can hear the sounds of the universe alive. We can sense and hear with our inner ear the movement of planets, the beating of the heart of the Mother Earth, and the music of the goddess, guiding us through sound, helping our souls to dance and move and our lives to heal. You are guided to use words that reflect the experience you would like to create. Oh, this is pretty long. Oh, it's long. It's beautiful. Let's keep going. Okay. It may involve shifting how you speak. For example, rather than focusing on struggle or what is not working, focusing on the signs of life and healing that you experience. This may also include using chant, incantation, and prayer. It may also involve singing or playing a musical instrument or using sound for healing through the voice or another instrument such as crystal bowls, rattles, keyboard, or string, or wood instruments, and letting the soul move you. You may use this healing for yourself, but if you are a healer, this oracle can guide you to explore this in your healing with others. The oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words, and in what you write, speak about, or stand for symbolically also. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice, and you are guided to recognize the responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice. You can tell my voice shifted with this message, huh? I can tell. I can't be here all the time. Oh well. We're all works in progress, aren't we? It is acknowledgement of freedom, respect, and love for others. Oh, was that a question? It seemed like a statement. It was a statement for me. I missed, okay. Sorry. I can really be in the moment. Do you use your powerful speech with wisdom and kindness? In order to help you master the ancient mysteries of the sistrum, use your beautiful voice with spiritual responsibility and wisdom. You also need to acknowledge where you have used your power to manipulate others, to get your own way, or failed to be respectful. No comment. Forgive yourself aloud and ask for forgiveness, in person or spiritually, if doing so in person is not possible or appropriate. Often initiates don't realize where they are not conscious until thrown into initiation, which helps us become more aware and grow. It can be comforting to become aware of issues that need healing within us that we had no prior awareness of, and it can be tempting to criticize or judge others. Choose not to do so. Choose not to do so. I don't. Just the politicians. Choose not to do so. Be kind to yourself. We are all learning. Allow Lady Isis to help you find your way through the wise use of the power of sound. What you will learn through the initiation of the sistrum is an understanding that your words are powerful and create resonances. You will become able to create divine sound through music and speech for clearing, creating, and manifestation. As you do so, your power to generate consciously cultivated higher frequencies will grow, and you will feel more masterful in managing your moods and the energy of your environment. You can manage karmic responsibility for what you create through the spiritual intention to be of service and healing. Then we all benefit from your growth. Remember, just as your body may naturally wish to dance when you hear a wonderful piece of music with your physical ears, so too, when the inner ear of the soul hears the cosmic tune of the Divine Mother, urging growth, healing, and greater joy. The soul wishes to move, and our lives change. If this is happening for you already, and you are feeling the onset of perhaps quite deep upheaval and change, know that it is a part of your initiation into the ancient power mysteries, and for your soul, and your soul is dancing. Trust in the flow. Work with your words to bring yourself into alignment with your soul, remembering that the soul resonates with love, bliss, abundance, peace, joy, and connection with all that is. Focus on these kinds of energies, and your words will help you align with your soul and genuinely feel the peace beneath the changes you are experiencing in your life. All right, it comes with a ritual. Let's do it because we're all about action, okay? I'm going to be giving you actions. Like, great for inspiration and advice and, like, discerning spiritual essences, but I really want to give you homework. Because it's way more fun to actually give people something they can take with them. Not just the presence and essence, but practices. Okay, so ritual of the ancient power of the sistrum. If there is a piece of music that you love or a meditation CD that you enjoy, you may like to have it ready to play in a few moments after you have completed the first part of this ritual. To begin, find a place that is peaceful and close your eyes. You can focus on your heart and imagine that you can hear your heart beating. Imagine that underneath the sound and sense of your heart beating, you can hear the sound of a rattle being shaken, softly and slowly at first. Imagine that you can perceive it with your inner hearing, repetitive and growing in strength. Don't question or judge whether this is working for you. Just intend in your heart to receive the vibration of the divine rattle of Isis underneath the beating of your own heart. Whether you hear it consciously or not, it is there, beloved. Just be peaceful. Say, I call through unconditional love the goddess Isis and the initiation of the sistrum, that I may grow in unconditional love and wisdom, initiated into the ancient mysteries of sound for healing, creativity, and manifestation. When you are ready, repeat the incantation below for as long as feels good to you, for you. When you feel you have completed enough repetitions, just open your eyes. If you have a piece of music or meditation that you love, play that now. Really feeling open to the energy underneath the sound or voice. With this blessing of the sistrum from Lady Isis, you will be able to be fed by the light within sound in more profound way than ever before. As you choose to sit and listen, or allow your body to move to the music, allow the sound to really fill you, beloved, and enjoy. Sistrum incantation. This prayer can be said as an incantation at any time you feel you need healing, especially clearing of negative energy or of errors that you have made through lack of awareness. Excuse me. It is to be used as the heart of the ritual above, but you can also repeat it independently as needed. Try to make the sounds of the incantation clear and loud, using your mouth as a voice, as an instrument. You may choose to sing or speak the words. Thrum, thrum. Sistrum of Isis, sistrum of Isis. My energy clear. I am love beyond fear. Light within, light without. I am peace beyond all doubt. Thrum, thrum. Sistrum of Isis, sistrum of Isis. Your light shines through my voice. Your sound heals through my voice. Thrum, thrum. Sistrum of Isis, sistrum of Isis. Okay, Aries. Of course, each reading is going to be an hour long, isn't it? Oh, it's already an hour. All right. So the goddess, you have Aries, is schooled. Skuld? S-K-U-L-D. It is the future. She's lovely. Number 47. Excuse me. All right. (47) Skuld. The future. Empowerment message. As you set your intentions for the life you desire, the Norse goddess Skuld comes to show you glimpses of your future. You experience these magical journey markers as flashes of insight and moments of inspiration, like an echo of something that exists in another dimension. It's fun when things turn out exactly as you predicted. But remember that the essence of your intention means more than its form. The goddess Skuld, who rules the destiny of gods and men, says remaining true to the moment is your greatest power. Allowing the self to evolve as you go and discovering new things today sets the path for destiny to unfold. The power of the present and how you respond to life's potential is the potent, fertile seed of the future. In order to claim the future, you must attend to the now. Even then, nothing is guaranteed, and everything is infused with magic. Alignment message. When you become overly fixated on the future, you rob yourself of the capacity to truly co-create a life that is meaningful and rich. It's because doing so gives your power away to something, some destination that has no substance. It's like you're wandering around in a ghostly place that the goddess Skuld warned you to avoid. Perhaps you've been Perhaps you've been taught that better things come later, like getting to the wonders of heaven after difficulties on earth. The truth is that you can get back into alignment, so consider this. Your life now and how you respond to it are the seeds that will grow into your future. Your alignment task is to remove all the weeds before they choke the life out of your intentions. Bless your life today. Find the lessons and the conditions of your world and be compassionate to yourself and others. We are all learning to find strength in our most vulnerable selves as the world continues rapidly around us. The goddess Skuld is with you all the way and always. All right, this is a real fresh new deck, and I decided to get the pocket oracle because I'm running out of space. So cute. It's a circular deck. It's so cute. Okay. Oh, okay. The desert. Yeah. It's so little. Oh, they're not in alphabetical order. Oh no. Oh, I guess I should have looked at this before. This is what I get for using brand new. Gosh, I feel like the light is so dark. I don't know. I'll figure out the lighting. It's like, I don't know. Okay, so the desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort. And all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindly bright, and its darks terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. All right, getting there. Close, getting close. Okay, sacred geometry activation for Aries. Sacred geo. All right. We have discernment. It says the frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. That's good. Oh, I guess I should start here. Let's get in this together. All right, we're going to give you a hand mudra to practice during meditation. Sorry, it's still noisy. I guess I could have had these ready. But... Okay. So let's get a hand mudra for Aries. Working through some illusions of scarcity and actually ready for an abundant future. The abundant now through ancient powerful mysteries, sound. Ooh. Aries, you got 2 cards again. Let's see. So, yeah. So you got the mudra of plenty. Plenty mudra. This will most certainly help with any karmic thoughts of lack or any karmic actions of lack. Okay, so the Annapurna mudra, dedicated to the goddess of food and harvest. And you can see it's like a peacock, the peace sign. And looks like your 3 other fingers are touching. Tips of the other fingers are touching. Okay. We need food for our spiritual and mental development. When it is lacking, we become needy, weary, dissatisfied. What nourishes us is everything which inspires, motivates, and enthuses us. Finding out exactly what our needs are takes time and care. We should test out what we discover to see whether it is truly ours. But even just a few minutes spent in our inner refuge can give us a lift and sate our hunger. Imagine a place where imagine a place which strengthens you with its beauty and harmony. What is it that gives you what you need, that sustains you? Think especially of people, hobbies, music, colors, sports, nature, travel, spiritual aspects. Your inner experiences and deeds are what keep you going. A mantra to go with this mudra. My happiness is within me. And you got a second mudra. So the mudra is, this is the mudra. I don't know if you can see with my blue shirt. So the mudra can sit. I would put them out. It's more relaxing. You can do it up, point it up, and point it out, in towards yourself. This feels like it's the mudra. You could direct it towards yourself. I would say, yeah, somewhere right here. Seems like it's the mudra to me. All right, so the next mudra is equanimity. It's a smile. Oh, this one says, so plenty. It says, be open to great things. And then this one says, smile. Okay, so this is the Sha'akini mudra, dedicated to the goddess of the throat chakra. This neck mudra is good for the thyroid gland. It loosens tension in the neck, the jaw, and the head, and promotes communication between the head, heart, and belly, both literally and figuratively. First, lay your hands on the back of your neck. Press gently with your fingers, raise your chin, and then stroke your neck towards the front at least 8 times. Then form the mudra, letting your lower jaw hang loosely. Each time you breathe out, say la, 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 slowly. Do your head and belly agree with the daily decisions which your head makes? And what about the big important ones? Or do you demand from yourself and others too much, too little? Or something that really isn't yours? The mantra for this mudra, my heart knows what is good for me. This is the basis of my actions. Lead from the heart. It's true. So let's see, read that mudra again. Lay your hand on the back of your neck. Press gently with your fingers, raise your chin, and then stroke your neck forward to the front. La, la, la. Doesn't really show. Okay, so this is the mudra. Your hand, the lefty, and the right hand is going to fit right between the left hand's first finger and middle finger. And just kind of grip in between those two fingers. And we'll sit here with that. Yeah, so your thumb is in your palm. Your right thumb is in your left palm. And so with the mudras, I would suggest, during your daily meditation practice, this would be perfect. If you have a daily meditation practice, or if you want to start a daily meditation practice, I highly confirm that notion. The energy on the planet it's been getting a lot more intense, and your meditation really helps you, and it actually helps the field. Like, you don't think it's all connected, but it really is all connected. So and so the frequency is getting more intense. If you have a yoga practice or exercising practice, meditation practice, meditation is different from the exercises because because it's like a non-movement, and you're sitting there being in conscious awareness. You're like giving yourself a rest that is very much needed. So you're like giving yourself an active rest because you're like awake still, right? So it's highly beneficial. Having a meditation practice is highly beneficial in so many ways. It's like it's not something that should be beneficial. Do you know what I mean? Like, meditation practice should all over anybody, but it should be more prevalent, like in our everyday, because it's necessary. It's so necessary. There have been times where I kind of even in the past where I feel a little off, or I kind of feel like a little bit of like these days I feel like when I'm starting to get sick and in detox mode. And there have been times in the past where I start to feel that coming on, and I'm like, I need to meditate. Because when you get sick, it's also like an accumulation in your body trying to like rebalance. So your mind, body, and soul trying to rebalance. So a meditation practice consistently will... I was saying, I got into a meditation practice, and it helped combat getting even more sick. It's helped with the onset of headaches and migraines, which I've been known to get. Like, I actually haven't gotten one in a while, and I'm feeling really good because I've been on my practices. This life is so full of pressure, stress, tension, and friction. So you really need to do your part to maintain your tones and attunement. Do you know the word attunement was not recognized by the machine until last year? It's had an underlining red mark for years. Like, the machine doesn't know how to spell attunement, or like it's a misspelled word. For years, I know because I've been using this word. So this is one of my messages, because it's been a part of my life. And so last year I was like, oh, the machine knows, or it's finally acknowledging. Somebody programmed it to finally acknowledge that attunement is a word. It's been around for a long time. They've been trying to kind of like what do we say? Trying to replace it with atonement. Like atonement, I get it, you know, but atonement is also, it's like very more like religiously attached. And, you know, a lot of people have religious trauma syndrome. We're not playing about it no more. Like that's a major conversation. That's going to get brought up on this channel for sure. But atonement is another type of attunement, actually. So attunement is a more aligned word for what's happening with that word. So yeah, I don't know how that, I don't know where that wanted to come through. Attunement. Oh, that's part of the ancient power mysteries, right? And the sound healing. Attunement. Tell you. Yeah, you gotta stay in tune. Yeah, so do what you gotta do. So you're, oh, I didn't say I didn't say everybody's name for these decks. Oh, right. I'll put it in the, see if I could put it in the description of the, okay, an hour and a half, going an hour and a half for one sign. Okay. But this is great because like Aries has messages for you. So if you're watching, if you're cross-watching, it's highly beneficial information and action and ritual. For your living journey, for your healing journey, for your loving journey. All right, you got 30, determination. It says, it is you who must make the effort. Catalyzing. You're always, you're a catalyst. I'm gonna make it happen. The master only points the way. It is you who must make the effort. The master only points the way. Buddha said that. At its core, determination embodies the mental quality of lasting endurance, the physical quality of healthy, vibrant earth energy, and the spiritual quality that comes with knowing you are moving in the right direction. You're moving in the right direction, Aries. So I would suggest, you know, things are good. You just kind of have a few little, like, maybe little tweaks. Just adjust, just a few adjustments on your computing and your blind spots. Scarcity and superiority. I don't even want to share about myself, but do you know how many people think I have a superiority complex just because like I'm confident? And back then I was so sick and I didn't have anything to feel superiority complex about, but people still thought I was giving them superior. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't even have anything except me. So, and then, if anything, I admit that there's been a little inferiority complex that's creeped in along the way. And I got rid of that shit. It's I think a lot of us have inferiority complex and we don't want to admit it. So I pick up on other people's projections of like inferiority, superiority. And so they think it's coming from me, but it's like, no, I'm literally picking up on what you're trying to dish out. Or I'm picking up on, you feel like some kind of inferiority. It's like, all I ever do is like talk about how we're all one. And how like I am equal to that. I've been so warm and open with. Anyways, not about me. Thank you, Aries, for joining us today. Thank you for all your amazing messages that you're sharing with everyone. Thank you for being the sacrificial lamb. Thank you for going first. Thank you for being the G and being the first fire. In many ways, I've seen Aries just a little bit more kingly, a little bit more royal than Leo. Okay, I'm just, don't hate me, Leo. I love me some Leo, but something about Aries, like, I don't know. Oh, but thank you. Love you, Aries. And if you resonated with this reading, if there's anything you'd like to share, please leave it in the comments. I would love it if you like and subscribe. I saw I had 56 views in my last video and 0 likes. Like, okay, thanks. I know you're here. I know you like me. So why don't you just tap it? Just tap it in. Just tap in to the little thumb. The little thumb guy. You love that thumb guy. It's like instant achievement when you do it. When you share a like. Looking forward to you sharing your likes with me. I am Elizabeth. I actually didn't post that. I didn't post that reading about Elizabeth because it was a Lilith in Libra. I was sharing about my Lilith in Libra and I was fucking lit. I find her kind of annoying. She was a little too much. I haven't posted her yet. I still think about sharing that reading, but there's a lot that I don't post. I have an arsenal, actually, But certain things also, like, I don't want to go back and, like, I'd rather share from who I am, like, now. And anyways, if you like this reading, if you like my vibe, if you care, do you care? Sorry, I'm being really weirdo. I'm gonna go work on my jokes because I have a lot of things I want to do in this world. I'm just finally being reborn again. But I love you, Aries. You're one of my faves. And until we meet again, Oracle out.